It's Father's Day 2016, and my nephew Tim is about to become a father. The actual projected due date is July the 8th, I think. I have the overs on today on Father's Day because this is a bet I don't mind losing. I prefer to structure my life in such a way that I always win, but I always win this way too. If the child is born today, I win my bet and I feel doubly glad. The child is born and I won my bet, but even if the child is not born today, I'm still ahead because the child will be born soon, and I'm dying to meet him. His name is Sebastian, a very modern name, very elaborate name. I like elaborate names. I like serious names. And I like the idea of Tim becoming a father. Tim is a good man. He's a good husband to my niece Madeleine. And I think he's going to be a good father. I think both of them are going to be very good parents. They're hard-headed, practical, serious, dedicated, hardworking, fun-loving, dancing puppies. Maddie's been a puppy for as long as I've known her, and she married herself a puppy, and they're going to be good puppyish parents. And I think young parents should be puppies with their children because children are puppies. But I've seen all kinds of stuff this week about Father's Day and about how fathers can be more pleasing to the mothers of their children, and all of it basically boils down to dad needs to change more diapers. The thing that looks and acts like a woman is a woman. So the constant entreaties to men to look and act more like women are deeply destructive to their marriages. This is a terrible, terrible thing for men to get involved in trying to do women's work women's way. This is not appropriate. The appropriate thing for a man to do in his marriage is man's work. And man's work is big work. It's the big jobs. It's the big jobs that are too daunting to her, are too overwhelming to her, that the man can jump in and take care of and be the hero that he's supposed to be in his marriage. So, yes, learn how to change those diapers, but learn how to change them like a man, which means getting the job done expeditiously, proficiently, with all appropriate care, but with all deliberate speed, too, because there's no reason for this job to take half an hour. The joke of my marriage is when a beautiful drunk woman hands you a cocktail, what should you say? Well, the punchline to that joke is the same one as the punchline to this joke. When a overwhelmed, distraught mom hands you a soiled baby, what should you say? The answer is exactly the same, bottoms up. So yes, if you're going to engage in that day-to-day maintenance, then learn how to do it like a man, how to get the job done, how to get it done expeditiously and in a way that leaves you time to do other big jobs, because there's a ton of laundry to be done, and I mean a ton of laundry to be done. The child's clothes are extremely small, they're really tiny, but the child will manage to soil 7 outfits a day. It's just the way the world works when a baby is new. There's lots of laundry to be done. There's a big sink full of dishes to be done. The house needs to be cleaned. There are all kinds of big jobs that a man can jump in and take care of the way a man would do them with dispatch, that will make a huge difference in her life. And don't feel like you're going to miss out on the baby, because you're not. There will be plenty of times when you will find that baby in your arms, especially when the baby will not go to sleep, which is when a man's influence on his baby's life is most important, because your voice is deeper. You sound like the womb to your baby, and you're that much more comforting because you have that deep voice, and you can say what you say with that deep internal masculine resonance that sounds like mom's voice through the amniotic fluid. This is a way for a man to be involved in his baby's life in a way that will be most meaningful, most beneficial to the baby, but also most beneficial to mom. And that really is what this is about. You're not competing to do the same jobs. You're cooperating to get all the jobs done. And when she's interested in doing that half-hour diaper change, let her do it. When she's holding the baby, nursing the baby, when she wants time with the baby, she should have it. And the way that she will have that time is by you taking on these other huge jobs. But the fact of the matter is, your child will only be a baby for so long. Your child will only be an infant for so long. Your child will only be a toddler for so long. And eventually your child will be a child. And that's when dad's involvement in his child's life really matters. The job of a man in a marriage is to be the moral exemplar for every other member of that family, to be the moral exemplar for himself, first and most importantly, to be the admirable man he most wants to admire, but to be the moral exemplar for his wife also, to lead her to her best self, to lead her to her better admiration of him as a man. It's his job to lead his children to moral admirability, to teach them how to be fully realized, fully functioning, fully self-adoring selves. How to learn to live the life of splendor from the inside out. It's his job to teach his children how to do that. And the way that he does it is with his behavior. The choices that he makes are the choices that they will make in due course. That mother will change the nappies, mother will spoon out the food, mother will kiss the boo-boos. But it's dad who will provide the moral example for his children, because there is no alternative to this. This is the way the world works. Men lead humanity, and men lead humanity, families first, but men lead humanity by leading themselves first. And so Tim's most daunting job isn't changing a diaper, isn't doing laundry, isn't doing a big load of dishes, isn't driving here and there, isn't taking on everything else so that Maddie has more time available to do the day-to-day routine maintenance of that baby's life. No, Tim's job is to grow into his manhood as his baby Sebastian grows into his childhood. And when Sebastian needs to look up to find out how he should behave, he should have an admirable father to look up to. And this is true for every father who might be listening to me. This is your most fundamental job. To be the man you would admire most in the world, yes. But to provide your wife and your children with an example of what is most admirable in the world. To let them know by their day-to-day experience what positive, life-affirming, life-loving evaluations of the universe look like. You have to do it every day. You have to be very consistent. You can't betray it. But your daughters will learn what kind of man they want to marry. Your sons will learn what kind of man they want to be. And your wife will learn what kind of man she wants to live with and die with, based on your choices, based on your behavior, based on your expressions of your masculinity. To most, to be a man is to be a father. And to most, be a father is to be the father that every child hopes to live up to. So I wish this for Tim. I wish this for Sebastian. I wish it for you. Happy Father's Day. My name is Greg Swan. This is the Church of Splendor. I'll talk to you again next week.